playoffs. I know a lot of these guys are going to bring it tonight, so let's see what we're going to get. This should be a good one, Mike.
Without a doubt. I mean, Furia is a team that's felt destined for the Pro League for a long time now, and it feels like they're just starting to inch towards fulfilling that destiny. There's some shots ringing out, though. MOTM going to get a little dust-up damage, but it's traded in kind. Just this duel around Fountain. They decided is that's going to draw attention if they have to focus. Art wisely going to start to fall away. There are a lot of players in the connector, and he doesn't have any information. 4 players, to be exact, now starting to move up the connector stairs. And while there are players waiting right outside the door down towards lower, Art is kind of on an island up here. Now he's spotted them. He's got to get around towards long. He's triggering the rotation. He's pulling in the reinforcements, and he will slip away without being found out. So that's well played from Art. Now the T side is completely contained. That backstab can come in quickly. The pistol so far working out. Able J, though, gonna fall, and that's 3 quick kills for the Party Astronauts with no answer. This is now looking rather hopeless, and Serato and Yuri have a decision to make about whether they want to try and force this issue and go for it, or just save their sets of armor into the second. It looks like they are going to attempt. They're now working in unison. Serato working his way towards Bank. Yuri thinking about jumping up the dumpster, but no one's really giving them an easy path out. All 5 Party Astronaut players playing super conservatively, not going for the hunt whatsoever, making sure that they're going to be able to take over the round, and as a result, time just ticks too low, no kit available. The Furia side is going to go ahead and fade away.
Yeah, no point in retaking here. No kit to work with. You're already down 3 men, and bomb had already gone down. So it's going to be the first round here for Party Astronauts, doing exactly what they wanted to start out. And a really good job clearing out that A side. It was 3 consecutive kills for them, so Furia had no real response. They did a little bit of damage on Robbie and MOTM, but that's it. So pretty clean round there for Party Astronauts. They're going to be able to save a bunch of money because none of them died. So let's see what they get as a result in terms of guns. Looks like it's going to be 2 umps, 2 AKs, and a MAC-10. That'll be on MOTM, the God. And on the flip side, you can see Furia is going to force up into this. So they're going to get an SMG on Serato and then pistols on everybody else. But they've pretty much invested all their money here, Mike.
That they have. We've seen this quite a bit from the Furia side. Now we're going to see if they can do it again. They're very fond of the second round force. It's a big piece of what they like to do. They're going to attempt Serato for the forest. Going to be looking for it, trying to find a little bit of entry, but nothing yielded as of yet. Vinny now looking for much the same, but nothing really doing for it. It's a slowdown, Mitch.
Yeah, no real action just yet, but it looks like there might be a hit incoming, but this is exactly where Furia wants them to go. That B bomb site is lit up with blue right now, symbolizing those CTs waiting, but Party Astronauts deal with the initial 2 very well. That's 2 down, but there's another man on the way, so it's going to be all CTs in this B site, but Party Astronauts wisely are taking this one slow, and they're going to be fed a kill there by Art, who's trying to get aggressive and make up for the deaths of his teammates. So 2 players remaining. It's going to be Serato and Yuri, and a reminder, Serato's the one with the SMG, but he's been taken down, and another clean round here for Party Astronauts. That's 2 quick wins, and they're not going to have to rebuy on any of these players.
So nicely done there for the Party Astronauts. Once again, they're carrying through their really strong form that we saw last night from them on Overpass. This is clearly a comfortable map. Obviously, the game's going to change a little bit when the guns come out for Furia, but they've at least bought themselves a nice little breather here, just coming up against unarmored pistol players, really nothing behind it. A couple P250s, the worst that they have to worry about. And against a team like Furia, against a team that is one of the best teams in the world, I mean, the number 5 team in the world, according to HLTV now, you've got to build this confidence early. You've got to find these easy rounds. You have to make sure you take them, and you take them dominantly so that you can start to feel what your team could potentially do.
Yeah, and another key is making sure they don't start building their confidence, because once they get going, they're going to start feeling it, and then probably trying to get pretty aggressive in a lot of situations, and you might not be able to handle that. But right now, it's going to be the first kill for Furia. That's going to come from Able J with the USP. It's now 4v3. Serato going to try to get out of there. Ben Leitz is not having it. And Yuri will go down as well. So last man will be Able J, but MOTM starts the farm with that MAC-10, adds a whole bunch of cash in. You can see he's at 8,300 already, so very convincing rounds to start it out. But here is the real test. Art on that op. M4s across the board for everybody else except Vinny, who is on that AUG. We know how good he is with that, Mike.
So Ponalone's going to get himself an upgrade, and that's nice to see the EWP out to answer Art. Art, famous for his aggressive hopping, for making space for his team, for finding something to work with. He's going to be doing it once again. The aggro peak, he's already out, but there's a player who slid past his angle, and he's going to miss the first shot. Art's got to get away. Has to fade out of the angle, and now They've assumed fountain control. Nothing to really show for it yet, but Party Astronauts do have ground to work with, and that's critical. Bomb's still down. They're certainly not decided on where they want to move as of yet. Minute 30 in the round. They've got plenty of time to work with. I'm just going to try and massage this round a little bit, maybe work out a pick, even the numbers in their favor. Just a wee smidge. Because, of course, bonus round, really what you're looking for here is obviously you're looking to win it. But if you can't win it, you're looking for a bomb plant and as much damage possible on that CT side. It's Ponalone who misses his shot just a little bit quicker. Actually, I think Ponalone pulled the trigger, but maybe a little bit of a shoulder peek baited him out of it. That's a big first pick to find. It's the AWP down at the top of connector stairs, and that's really going to make this a little more difficult for Party Astronauts to get into a site. Now the swing from Able J, perfectly timed. Again, a bait and switch setup. Vinny tempting him in, and Able J just dropping the hammer. So well done. The Party Astronauts looking like they've got nothing to show for the damage they've taken. 2 casualties, and Ben Leet barely still in the server. So this is looking a little rough, Mitch.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not a big fan of that smoke push right there, especially the fact that there wasn't a player there to trade it out. So I don't know if Stellar were just going for information, maybe trying to get that quick pick and fall back. But once you're through that monster and you end up finding somebody, likely there's going to be a second player in that area to trade it out there on the CT side. So maybe a little bit of a mental mistake in that situation, but nonetheless, this round seems to be going in the favor of Furia, and they will get their first round on the board. It'll be 3-1, but Party Astronauts do have plenty of cash to go around. But if you're Furia, you're glad you finally got that one on the board, and we're actually going to get a timeout as a result of that last round.
What a way to announce that you get guns on the server, right? That, okay, those rounds before, they were a fluke. They only had 1 kill going into this last round. They come away with nobody else dying, no one dying in the round, and everybody except K-Serrado picking up one. So very nicely done from the Furia side. Now that they've got rifles out there, certainly a different team to try and tackle. Party Astronaut's going to be fine to come right back into this. As we said, it was the bonus round. You see Ben Leet on the Krieg. You've got the op out for Pone alone. They're going to be picking up a lot of utility as well behind it. So this should be their best chance to contest. And if they can shut down Furia quickly, they'll have to overcome 2 gun rounds based on the fact they didn't kill anybody in the last. But still, they should be able to get back into it.
Yeah, one thing about that last round is that Ponalone definitely should have had that op. And it was interesting that Art was basically in towards bathroom all alone. He did have somewhat of a support player halfway back towards site in A, but he was on an island for the most part. And if he misses that initial shot with the op, he's almost dead to rights unless he somehow, fights his way out. But it's going to be that much more difficult because he's on that op. So they have a lot of trust in Art, and there we go. Ponalone makes up for it. As I talked about, Ponalone missing that shot. He doesn't miss that one. Vinny trying to make up for it on the other side of the map. Stellar will be taken down to half HP, but Ponalone starts it off well here.
This drags Yuri down towards the bottom of the connector stairs as well. He's got to watch and make sure that there's not the potential backstab on towards B. The response from Furia is brilliant, though. They've taken control outside construction. And they can just leave Vinny here, and that allows Able J to fade off and start to reinforce the defense over towards the A site. So they lose a number, but they take aggressive control in response to make sure that they're not going to wind up shorts-handed on a site when the hit actually comes through. This is sort of the classic Brazilian style of you may call us somewhere, we're immediately going to take map control somewhere else. We're going to make this work. We're going to make this difficult for you. You're going to have to fight for every inch. And so now the approach is coming towards A, but there are 3 players here ready to strike, just waiting for it. And Yuri, it's going to be timing. He finds MOTM, so that's the numbers brought back. That's the kill that they needed. And here's going to be the swing into connector, rather. And Robbie's up to the task, gets the second as well, and they try and bring it back. Vinny not quick enough to open the door. So damage is falling, but it's going to wind up being just Able J behind the bomb box. 2 players low, but 3 to find, and he's heard the first. They're making all sorts of footsteps. That's going to be the call that it's clear, but Ben Leet double checks and makes sure he's crossing his I's, he's dotting his T's. Is that how that works? He's going to get the round.
Yeah, nice response there by Party Astronauts. Finally give up their first round after going up 3-0. And Robbie, nice quick reaction, nice adjustment there in towards connector, able to handle that first player. It looked like he was actually going to be in a little bit of trouble because he had adjusted his crosshair to watch that door. The player was coming down the stairs and towards connector. So nice adjustment on that. And then Vinny tries to bust out the door and trade that out. Robbie's not having it. So beautiful play in towards connector. I think really solidified that round for them. But it will be another buy here again for Fury. They still have that money. Art's going to be somewhat aggressive early with that op. Watching the entrance in towards the picnic area or playground. And he's going to settle in towards bathrooms for the time being. Again, he's kind of all by himself. He does have a player in towards connector, but still, he's all by himself in towards bathroom. I'm not sure I'm a fan of that, to be honest.
This is going to make it a little easier, though. Now he's still on an island, but they've gotten the kill into connector, so that's no longer the potential for the backstab up the stairs. He can be a little bit more comfortable in his spot. Yuri can hold deep in here. He's in kind of one and done health situation, but that's fine. He can just wait for the potential to flank out. And look at the support coming out towards long as well. K Serrano's going to try and find a time here. He might just upset the apple cart. He is going to indeed. That's one shot, not the second, though. The Famas betraying him. And so they will bring back the frag. Trying to get onto the flank. Yuri, they were waiting exactly for that play. Stellar knew it would happen eventually, and he does find it out. Ponalone, though, has been tagged, and you can see Ponalone and Ben Leet both limping along through the remainder of this round. It is 3-on-3, but really it's more like 3-on-2.5.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. These guys are struggling in terms of HP, and not too much utility left over here. The only man in the B site right now that can really do anything about this hit that's coming in is Vinny. He's in a pretty strong position, but if Stellar comes up on top of that ramp, he might be in a little bit of trouble. Stellar, he's not convinced he's cleared all these angles just yet, and there's the peak, and that's going to be the high HP player. No, he doesn't go down. Ben Leets ends up getting that kill. That's huge. All these players are lit up, though. 5 seconds on the clock. That's the bomb down, and Furia just won the round there by taking down Ben Leets. Stellar will get one before the round is over, but nonetheless, that's going to be a Furia round. Nice end to that round for them.
And this sets the economy up to be really haywire for the party astronauts, right? Stellar stays alive, so he's got the AK and the armor, but of course no loss bonus, so he's already all the way down. You're going to see a Deagle for Ponalone, a UMP for Ben Lee. This is the end of their rope. The money's run out at this point, but it so has it for the Furia side. So this is a big swing potential. Problem is the art op is the only one on the server. There is no op available for Ponalone, as we've seen so far. That op duel has really been a bit of a fulcrum for the rest of the round. So goes the op, so goes the round, it seems at times. This time I don't think it's going to happen. Starting to move forward. And some aggressive plays being brought in by Vin. He finds one, or rather doesn't find anything, but he finds some space. Spam through the panel. Ponalone feeling a little worse for the wear. Molly's now in. The hit is on. Perfect. Flashbang takes down Vinny and the second as well. Robbie just entering into the site with MOTM, and they're going to continue to find more relentless pace working out. It's all come down to Yuri, who's got a 1v3 to find. He knows where the first is, but at this point, I'm not sure he can justify trying to go for this. It would be a heroic play, but his odds are poor. He does have a kit. He does have a single smoke. They've got to find some frags, and now smoked out. He's going to go ahead and readjust.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to be on his way out here momentarily. 3v1, that's definitely going to be difficult. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he's going to go in towards connector and try to head out here. So we'll save that armor, the AK, a smoke, and a kit. Although he's sticking around here, depending on where the party astronauts exit, he might be able to get some kills here. Or he's going to do that NA save that I know how much you hate. But it looks like they're actually going to exit over towards A. So both sides are going to live here. But nice round there by party astronauts, bringing it back. So every time Furia's been able to win a round, they respond right away.
And this is great, too, because the economy is now in the dumpster for Furia. They've got the single AK to work around. I don't think they can justify force buying off the back of it. On that CT side, you really do want the op available, and if Yuri full saves here, he will be able to buy that to drop over towards Art. So they are going to go ahead and save. They're just going to take their medicine, swallow the bitter pill, and that's kind of necessary right now because you do have a pretty strong party astronaut side beating down your door, and they've been showing that they're definitely one to contend with. Now, if you're a team like Furia, who have been competing on international lands, competing on the big stage, competing against some of the best teams in the world, there's sort of a temptation to get a little cocky and maybe overlook your opponent. And party astronauts, they certainly aren't a team to be overlooked. I mean, we're in the semifinals of the Mountain Dew League. These teams are competing for a chance to be able to compete at the Global Challenge and also to move up to Pro League. So a lot is on the line here. Cable J going to be the first to fall, and there's a second as well. Yuri really the only major chess piece in the round, and I think he's just going to go ahead and save. So this is a really early save call.
That was a beautiful flash coming in towards site. Yeah, it's an eco for the most part. Yuri was able to bring that AK into the round, but that flash really helped out party astronauts get in towards that site. Fury's going to come in on the flank. You can see Ponalone wants to get rid of that flash, but he's caught off guard by the incoming CT player. So there's two around this corner. MOTM's going to be joining his teammates. And Yuri is in this area, so he might be able to do a little bit of work. He's able to grab one, and Art puts down a smoke there. And there we go. Ben Leets catches Art on the corner of that smoke. Furia going to try and hold on to the rest of what they got, I guess. Yuri's still fighting this. Quesarado is actually not getting in on any of the action. So Yuri takes another one. So he is damaging the economy a little bit on the side of Party Astronauts. But Bentley says 8K, so I think they're okay with that.
That was giving me an ulcer. Watching Yuri continue to take that fight. It's like, come on, Yuri, just run. Run away. All you have to do is run away. I think Quesarado was just there to literally be an early warning system if someone came up connector for him to be able to respond to. But it's like, come on, man. Your kid is way more valuable than anything you take out of their hands. Still, it is going to be a gun round up. As I said, Yuri could drop that AWP over to Art, so they are going to have it available. Utility's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it has been. Now, Furia are going to try and get back into this. Obviously, the heavy favorites coming through just because of their recent results. But as I was saying, you gotta be careful. Party Astronauts, they can play spoiler here. They had, I mean, on exactly these maps last night, they had a fantastic run against the Quest, winning Overpass handily, and then making a really good run on Nuke. So, it's a little tough. I want to see what they can do.
Yeah, beating the Quest 16-5. That was a big deal. So I'm surprised Furia let this one go through. But then again, they might come in expecting to be able to win on pretty much every map. But right now, Party Astronauts are letting them know they are no pushover on Overpass. That's for sure. So it looks like we're going to have B-Hit coming in. Able J going to be up close towards Monster. Vinny goes down. That's a problem, but there's still two CTs in towards Graffiti. Quesarado going to grab a double of his own. We are evened up 3v3. Make it 2v2 after Stellar gets that kill. Bomb has been dropped, but it is recoverable. And it's going to be Art versus Ponalone and Stellar. Art in towards Heaven right now, but he's currently smoked off. Ponalone going to walk off of planting that bomb. Stellar's going to go over towards Monster, so I imagine they're going to wrap him over towards Short, but Art doesn't have a kit. There might be one in towards Sight, but nonetheless, I'm not sure Art wants to go for this unless he gets this early pick. Oh, if he just looked a little bit more to the right, he would have got it, but Ponalone's going to get the jump, and that's another round for Party Astronauts.
One of the big problems when you wind up in a situation where the offer is the only one left alive is you got a pretty good idea of how he's going to be playing it, what he's going to be trying to do. That round was apparently so upsetting that Quesarado had to drop out of the server briefly, which is a little worrying because they are in a team house, I believe. So hopefully that's not a portent of things to come for the rest of the squad, and he'll be right back in. Probably just a quick game crash, folks. So we are going to have a little bit of a timeout here as we get Quesarado back in the server and get them ready to fight again. But this is a pretty wild start to it. We were talking about how you needed to take the momentum early if you're Party Astronauts. They did it with the pistol round and the rounds that followed, but they're also making a great showing in the gun rounds. They're winning these entries. They're predicting where Fury is going to be playing from. And the other flip side of Fury's current status is they've got a target painted on their back. Every team in the Mountain Dew League would like nothing more than to be the one that unseats Furia, that knocks them down, that announces themselves on the world stage in such a manner. So
yeah, I mean, if you're going up against Furia, or if you're Furia, every team that you play, you're going to get their best against you. So, as you said, there's a target on their back. Everybody's going to come with 100% effort, 100% motivation. And, I mean, I'm sure that's really helping out Party Astronauts up right now. They're up 7-2, up 5, and should be able to lock down this next round. You never know, but their buy isn't all that great. 2 SMGs and 3 pistols on the side of Furia. They're going to have 3 guys over towards the B site. They actually got Art pushed up pretty far there on Short Monster. He's going to be going over towards Connector, team up with Yuri. So Robbie might be in a little bit of trouble if he pushes here. But right now there's a presence right by Picnic and in towards Bathrooms for the terrorists. So let's see what kind of magic Party Astronauts can work with. Robbie waits long enough, gets that kill. The trade does come in from Art, though. Ooh. Ponalone catches, who was that? Vinny right on top of that double, or that default bomb box. And he's going to grab another kill there. Quesarado able to respond with the CZ, now 3v3.
Quesarado has a Krieg as well. We know how much this Furia squad loves the Krieg, loves the scoped rifles in general. But the Krieg in particular was a weapon that they very much popularized. One thing we do also have to consider about Furia's recent form is they were very much an AUG-heavy team. Admittedly, by the end, every team was an AUG-heavy team. But they were one of the first. Able J, what a snappy shot. Does get the Deeg straight into the dome of Stellar. And now the bomb is here, and there's full rifles for the CT side. So Furia looking like they might be pretty good to take this. Nice kills from Vinny. Nice kills from Quesarado. They shut it down, 3 alive. That was exactly the kind of round that Furia needed. They come at it with not much in the bank. and they pull away around wins. So what a way to change your fortune. What a way to change momentum. Now you're seeing the money start to break down the Party Astronauts, and they don't want to let their grip off. So they are going to force into this one. A little bit of a broken buy with 2 Deagles rounding out the arsenal. But the AWP for Ponalone is really going to be the conduit that they need to get the round through. He's going to have to lead the fragging to get them into this, and Art's already looking for his number.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're Party Astronauts, you can't be giving up rounds like that against a team like Furia. They will take advantage of it every time. And Furia are now 1 round closer, but Ponalone's going to start it off with a kill on towards Art. It looked like Art wanted to get on towards Picnic, but Ponalone not going to allow that to happen. So early advantage here for the Party Astronauts. And Furia, I think, is going to have to make an adjustment based off of that. They've lost their AWPer. Yuri's going to stand his ground here in towards short A, but of course, when I say that, he starts to fall back a little bit. So a little bit of map control has been given up. They're going to leave Stellar behind, watching that monster push, watching for some sort of aggression, but he's now going to go pick up that bomb, join his teammates over towards the A side, where there's a 2-man setup here for Furia.
This gets interesting. Yuri's kind of the early warning system. He's got support in case Rado looking out towards long right now, but he's very much going to have to stand up to this on his own. 4 players on the other side of this wall and smoke. It's not much between him and a whole arsenal coming his direction. He's going to go ahead and tuck in towards the corner. And there's flashes and smokes raining out in either direction to show a little bit of presence, but it is going to be the swing through. There's the first kill. He finds it, and the second as well. Supported from K Serrato, but they can't get any more. K Serrato trying to rein in shots, but it is still in even numbers, and the T's are now approaching the site. It's a bit of a crossfire setup here. MOTM is going to hard check the first. That just triggers the swing from K Serrato, and they're up to the task. Stellar has to find it, and he can't get any more. So Furia, they hang on through the force buy. They've got the eco eked out for Party Astronauts, and now they can start to close this gap. This will presumably be 5 rounds for them, then 1 more gun round, and you're just about tying it up. This is a chance for them to get back in to even this out. Party Astronauts gonna have to take the bitter pill and just deal with the ego.
Yeah, got to swallow their pride in this situation and save. You can see the Deagle on Stellar, P250 on Robbie. That is it. There's no utility in this round at all. So they're going to have 4 players over towards the monster side, 1 in towards connector. Vinny's set up for success here. He can start the farm here. He's going to grab a double. There's another man around that corner. He hasn't spotted him out. He's just right on the other side of monster on the left side. So if he wide swings here, he should be able to spot him out. MOTM going to be pushed off by that molly, while Able J does eventually take down Stellar. So MOTM's going to be up next. I'm not sure if Vinny's going to push here, but he does have control of the bomb. His teammate shoots him in the back, I think. But that's a triple kill there for Vinny, and Ben Leeds going to be left all alone.
So not so much success. You weren't expecting much if you were the Party Astronauts comedians, but maybe you were hoping for, like, odd kill. Hope beyond
Yeah,
hope that you
a singular
get
kill would be
bomb
nice.
play.
Yeah, absolutely. Take down R, take down that AWP.
But not quite going to happen here. They are going to get dunked. Nothing really to show for it. It was a single Deagle investment, maybe some P250s, so really nothing lost. And now we are going to have we're going to have another gun round. No op though, unless Robbie decides to glass cannon it, and that would be a little unusual. So let's see what we get. They're going to take a pause to talk it over, figure out what they want, and it is indeed going to be no AWP. Full rifles to try and make this happen in case Serrato once again dropped out of the server.
Yeah, that's a big ripperoni. Hopefully he gets back in. Was he the one that dropped earlier?
He was indeed.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so at least it's only one person that's having an issue, and it's not like one person, then another one drops out, and then that just kind of tells me there's something at the house that's going wrong. So Furia have started to get back into this one, 2 away from tying this one up, but Party Astronauts do have a bye here, and we're gonna have a Krieg on Ben Leitz and Ponalone, AKs on the rest, and flip side we do have that op on towards Art. So the timeout has been canceled. We're going to get back into it. Furia looking to make this 1 away from being tied up. And Party Astronauts, if you're them, you do not want to let Furia get back into this one.
So the question is going to be how much utility they want to devote to these early fights. This is looking like a round that's maybe not going to happen. They're hopping around in spawn. Yep, okay. This round's not going to happen at this point, folks. We got the bunny hopping in spawn. Now all we need is the classic TK to absolutely signal that this isn't a legit live round. It looks like Ben Leet may have crashed. He didn't move at all at the beginning of that round. So we should hopefully be getting that fixed in just a moment and get this round back underway. Not quite sure what's going on here. We got
building
a
up
little
the
bit of
suspense
chaos
here.
Yeah, you gotta make it exciting.
Yeah, so I guess we can talk about who we've been impressed so far in this match. I feel like the majority of the players are, playing at the same level. Able J has the most kills, but there hasn't really been anything that really stuck out to me just yet. Maybe Paul Alone had a couple nice kills, but other than that, I feel like everybody's chipping in for the most part. Que Serrato's only on 3 kills, but he's only died twice, so he just hasn't really had an opportunity to get in on those fights. But typically, you'll have one player, maybe 2 players that had like a highlight reel play. Something that stands out in your mind. But right now, there's not really anything up to this point.
Not so much. Not so much. No one really going to ham. Que Serrato had some nice picks with that found Krieg and the pistol to steal away the round. That was a couple of rounds ago. You're also seeing, Robbie's having some nice impact as well. He's a recent reintroduction to this team. He was actually removed from the roster and has now come back and is really a nice piece for them since his return. So we're going to see whether they've got enough sauce on the Party Astronaut sides to really contend with this. Hopefully after this round timer, it's going to all be reset. We're going to be fine and ready to go.
Please,
Fingers
Gavin.
crossed.
We're about to find out here.
I don't know. I doubt it. I think
Yeah.
the money's all
I
screwy.
wouldn't bet on it.
I think we're going to have to get a full match medic here.
No, let's see. No. Unlucky, man.
I see someone in chat saying restarting so that Que Serrato will get back the money he lost for disconnecting, which would make sense here. So this is presumably going to take a little bit. In the meantime, if you want to listen to crickets, we can follow Pone Alone, who is walking around Glock switching for his cricket shirt.
Yeah, I guess we can talk about the other match that's going on tonight. So there's 2 matches tonight. This is the semifinals of the MDL playoffs. We have ATK versus Singularity. Singularity won pretty convincingly last night in that second map against, I think it was New Identity, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm. And they looked really, really good. So that's definitely one of the teams I'm going to be looking out for at the LAN. But ATK looked pretty solid last night. They had some close maps, but they ended up winning 2-0. So we got another match coming up tonight, boys, which should be a good one. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, the thing about the ATK game is I feel like a lot of it has to do with how hot and cold Tens is. He went absolutely ham in the first map to take Dust 2, took their opponent's map pick, and then ATK looked solid as a whole on their own map pick of Inferno. They were, the whole team was contributing. Fady in particular was doing great work over towards Banana on both sides of the map. So very nicely done from the whole unit. But I have some concerns. Singularity has been looking very good recently. Obviously, they had a chance 2 seasons ago with an older lineup of making Pro League. They were so close to doing it as well. It seemed like it was going to happen, and then they just couldn't get over the hurdle of the relegation tournament. So they would very much like that to happen again. The org has put a lot of investment into these young players and making sure that they could grow and develop, and they are definitely a more experienced team at this point. So they're looking to really seal the deal to get on towards that finals. And folks, for anyone who's not familiar with the move-up system between Mountain Dew League and EPL, this league does lead to potential promotion to the ESL Pro League. If you're first place in the league, if you win the final, which will be played on LAN in Dallas at the Global Challenge, you do get promoted directly. You are automatically promoted to the Pro League. Then the remaining 2 players, second and third place, get entered into a relegation tournament bracket where they square off with the next 2 lowest teams of the Pro League. So that's a very tough test to overcome because even the weakest teams in the Pro League are something to be feared most of the time. So what's going to happen today is we're going to figure out who's going to be in that final, who's going to be competing for first and second place, and then tomorrow the losers of both of these best of 3s will be squaring off to decide who's third place, who gets a chance at relegation.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be crazy, Mike. There's a lot on the line there. That is definitely a match you do not want to miss.
So now we are back into the action. This is good to see. It's going to happen. We'll see if this has any impact on the momentum from either side. Furia were starting to heat up. You'd rather they didn't lose that, but they do tend to be fairly disciplined. Gary, their coach, fairly good at managing the mental side of things. This is a nice flank from Gary. They have no idea. The smoke fades, and they're just not even looking for it. So MOTM falls for free. And they're sitting very comfortably now, and they really can't get onto site because they've got to worry about that potential backstab. Que Serrato just dumping players through the panel as well, finds himself a kill. to add a little bit more damage here. And all 5 Furia players are stacked up towards B. The only player even close to A is tucked into the connector. But it is now going to be a bit of a readjustment because, of course, the party astronauts are starting to inch their way out towards A. There are now 2 men down, though, Mitch. Do they have enough sauce in the tank to be able to get through here? Maybe get a bomb plant out.
Yeah, number one thing they do, they have to take down Yuri in the situation. He's playing in towards connector. There's nobody there that can trade off of him should he go down. So he's actually going to go to a little bit more of a safer spot in towards short B. There's guys right around the corner. Do they check this? Are they even going to go over towards B? They make their presence known, and Yuri actually will be taken down. So that's a big opening kill there for Ben Leeds. But look at the time, 20 seconds on the clock. You got to get your Nikes on and get over towards that A site. But the rotation's coming in from Furia. They hear those footsteps. There's only 1 man in sight right now. That's Art. If he goes down, they should be able to get this bomb planted. They're going to go try and get it down in that smoke. Nice shot there by Art. He doesn't hit the shot, and the bomb does get planted. Now 4v2.
That's a big kill as well for Ben Leet. Now this becomes viable. This becomes a possibility. It's still going to be difficult. They are still a man down, and Furia is instantly here to attempt the retake. They've got utility for it as well. The smoke will go ahead and go up. But Ben Leet finds the first. He's got Vinny trying to transition over towards the bomb. He has fallen. Leaves it all to Ponalone, who's got 2 to find. He's up for the first. Queserado's taking the fight, trying to get aggressive. Ponalone ready for it. Starts the spam, but just can't quite find the head. And so Queserado will have it instead. Should have the defuse as well, comfortably with his kit. And is going to be a 6th round for Furia. I know it says 6-7 on the board right now. It is actually now going to be 6-7. As our round reset apparently just led to a little bit of shenanigans. So now the round score is very accurate. It is 6-7. And Furia 1 round away from tying this up. And it's going to be against pistol armor as well.
Yeah, that's just an accomplishment, getting that bomb down. Nice job by them to be able to make that happen. Ben Leach was big in that last round. And you can see Ponalone in that 1v1 situation. He just pre-fired no. Queserado was coming around that corner, but just couldn't hit that shot, couldn't line it up. Unfortunate for them, but Furia have almost officially brought this one back. They're 1 away from tying this one up. Vinny's going to be fed a kill. That's easy. Drops the bomb, but it will be able to be recoverable. Robbie's got to get that kill. He does grab that. So Vinny's gone down. They should be able to pick up that gun. It's a little bit of extra firepower, and they're going to continue their path in towards water. That's another kill. 1 for Stellar, but it's going to leave Ponalone all alone versus 3. He does have this AUG to work with, but no utility and no armor. But nice adjustment there by Ponalone. He makes it a 2v1 here, Mike.
Who needs utility and armor when you just got them crispy headshots? He's also got a minute 10. He can go anywhere. They've got the bomb, right? So they're just going to sit on the bomb like it's their egg in the nest, and they've just got to keep it safe. But Ponalone doesn't have to play by their rules. He could just leave if he wants to, which it almost seems like he does. He's going to completely reaggress, go all the way around through A, presumably through long, get in towards heaven. He's so careful, he's not even going to expose himself to connector. He doesn't want to get checked there. So plenty of time to make this happen. Going to be a complete readjustment. They'll have an idea that that's a possibility. Art's sort of half-heartedly checking for it, trying to make sure that they're not going to get surprised. But he's definitely lost himself on the map, and this could really be an upset for them.
Yeah, 25 seconds left on the clock. He's going to start coming from behind here. Art seems to have an idea this is a possibility. He's been watching that for a little while now. He's actually watching that CT side. So Ponalone figures out he needs to hurry up. And I think he's going to have to get both of these kills as opposed to planting this bomb. But here we go. Ponalone has an opportunity. Not going to work out. Art doesn't hit the shot, but Yuri will have the honors. And we are tied up, Mike. It's 7-7. Party Astronauts came out of the gates firing, but Furia are now officially tied up. We got a game on our hands.
That was so anticlimactic. All that build-up, all of that long flank, and he just gets nothing. I don't even think he landed a shot. Sometimes it happens like that. Not with a bang, but with a whimper. Little unfortunate, but it was a very clever idea. He just wasn't quite quick enough to do it. Didn't leave himself enough time. As it is, as you said, they're now tied up. Furia looking to take the win on this half, but Ben Leet has other things in mind. The IGL making a one-man band over towards A, and now he's trying to pressure on towards Art. Make this a little bit more uncomfortable, and Art's been funneled back down into the connector. He's got to be careful here. There is going to be a player coming around, and he gets the chin shot from Ponalone, aiming up, was distracted by the player outside of Kana, loses his life. So now a 2-man advantage for the Party Astronauts, and they may just be able to get this last round.
Ponalone is such a beast. That was a dirty shot. Quick pre-fire. He gets the kill. 2-man advantage now for the Party Astronauts. And they're actually pretty dispersed throughout this map. Robbie's going to be able to kill. There should be a free kill here for Ben Leitz, and he just charges right through. That's going to leave Abel J all by himself versus 5. Hopefully, if I'm him, he's able to get a few kills here. He's going to have an opportunity, but he's going to be denied. That's a kill for MOTM, and Party Astronauts will have the advantage going into the second half. But if you're them, you wish you had a few more rounds. I mean, there's a couple of them that they shouldn't have given up. There was one where Furia forced up on pistols, and I think they might have had like an SMG, and they gave that one up. But they were up pretty big, and they let Furia get back into this one.
It's nice for Furia to have drawn this to an 8-7, for sure. And now
Yeah,
they're on their own
no
T
doubt.
side. T side is, I would say, obviously, usually on Overpass, you tend to favor that CT side just a little bit. But the thing for Furia is, T sides are kind of what have made them famous, right? T sides on Nuke. T-sides on Overpass as well. Just T-sides in general, they tend to be able to pull out some shenanigans and some magic. So this is definitely not out of the woods yet for the Party Astronauts. They've got to continue their momentum and really shut it down, and the pistol round would be a great way to get that started. So it is going to be Stellar playing single towards A, but it looks like a lot of presence into the connector means he's not going to be contested so early on. This is kind of mirroring, actually, what both sides did on their own pistol rounds just a half ago. So a lot of familiarity here between the two rosters. It's like they're looking in a mirror.
Yeah, Art's going to get the first action here over towards that B site. He makes his presence known. It didn't look like he really wanted to engage in that situation, basically just letting them know he's in the area. Maybe the Party Astronauts make some sort of adjustment based off of that, but they're going to flash in, try to get some info, and that's 3 players deep in towards that B site. But luckily for them, Furia hasn't really made a move off of that. They're just hanging out in towards connector, but Art will get that opening kill. He will be traded out there by Robbie. Nice peek by him. Equally good shot. But now you can see the players rushing in towards that A site. There's a 2-man setup here for the CT side. Stellar tries to spam him down. That's not going to work out. Good timing on that flash. Now 4v3.
Bomb can be planted. It's going to transition to do so. Ben trying to deny it, but there's just no chance. He gets himself a nice kill, though. Not quite realizing the position he was playing from, at least not until too late. Now they're going to play as a unit, all 3 moving together to pop up the bank and to take this fight. They will find the first and the second as well. Leaves it all to Queserado, who doesn't have armor. Has to hit the headshots instantly, and they will run him down. So that's now a second pistol round for the Party Astronauts, and with both pistols in their pocket and the lead to start off, they are poised very well to move down towards the end of this game. That is a really nice pistol. It looked like Furia was so good, but the retake, just a little bit too much momentum and violence behind it for them to hold on.
That was a really, really clean retake there. Ben Leitz was the linchpin for that, that's for sure. He's able to grab that player that was getting aggressive in towards CT spawn, in towards the ramp. But it's going to be a Party Astronauts win, and we're going to get 3 SMGs, a FAMAS, and M4. Flip side, Furia is going to force up. They're going to get an AK, Krieg, a Galil, and 2 Deagle. So this is a bit of a mix buy here. Let's see what Furia can come up with. They're going to have a focus over towards the A side. They're going to leave a man behind, but 4 players over towards Picnic and Playground. And you can see MOTM just going to be playing for information here. He's actually pushing up here by himself, although he does have a little bit of help. Okay, Paulon was there to help out, but Art does dismiss him, so MOTM definitely on his own now.
Spy has good early results. That's going to be a kill, though, for MOTM. He's looking for more. They're going to elevate to find him out. Now there's a couple of guns that can be picked up. The Krieg salvage. And the MP9 up as well, so that's something to work with for Furia. An advantage still available to them. They've got 2 players without armor, though. That makes it a little bit trickier to deal with. And all the utilities currently on Able J. So he's tossing that off. He has to be careful not to fall. He's still alive, and he's picking up a pair of kills himself. So Ben Leet, who's been having a great game, is silenced. It's just going to be Stellar coming in for the flank. Both of his remaining opponents do have armor. They don't have a ton of health, 90 between them. But it is still going to be tricky for Stellar to make this work. He doesn't have a kit. He might be able to pick one up off one of the corpses on site. Could have to advance forward. Yes, there is a kit right in front of him, so he will have that. Does have the first shot as well. Able J does get the plant out, but now he's got to take the fight, and Stellar just erases him. Flying forward, no fear in his eyes. Stellar will find it. He's looking for more. Needs to make sure he gets that Krieg, apparently. That's the valuable gun for the squad, so it is going to be a defuse, and it is going to be a 10th round for the Party Astronauts. They survive the force.
Wow, Stellar, that opening kill, isolating that initial player was huge. Kind of mid-range with that SMG, and then the jump over the default bomb box, I think, was the most important part, throwing off that recoil from the player getting off that bomb plant. So Party Astronauts win that round. That looked like it was down the drain already, but somehow Stellar brings it back, comes up with a nice clutch play. Furia did get the bomb down, so they're going to be able to buy here, but they are fully invested. They don't really have too much utility to work with. They actually have K Serrano on a Mac 10 just so we can get that extra utility. So Let's see what they're going to do here. They're going to wait out those incoming nades. 2 of those guys were waiting around that corner. They don't eat much of that. They take 6 damage. Not a big deal. But, yeah, big round there for Party Astronauts.
One thing that a couple of people have been pointing out in chat, our producers pointed out at one point as well, the last time these two teams met, which was actually pretty recent, it was not that long ago. It was the last game of the season, I think, for both sides. Furia lost to Party Astronauts 16-8 on this map as well. This was on Overpass. So one thing to keep in mind going forward, Party Astronauts have already beaten Furia on this map, which does continue to raise questions about why Furia let it through the map veto. Maybe a little bit of hubris there, going to their own maps as opposed to countering out their opponents. Nice shot from Pone alone, gets that scout done. Instantly erases Art, and that's just not how you want to get started here if you're Furia. So the take is coming towards site, but they've already been cowed, and MOTM's waiting behind the bank truck to do more damage.
Oh, Polo's going to go down. Nice entry there for Able J, and they're going to continue to push in towards site. Quesarado going to add a double there. He clears out over towards truck. Now 4v2, and the site has fallen. You can see Stellar and Ben Leeds. They don't seem to even want to have anything to do with this before the bomb is even planted. They're already on the way out. So nice entry on towards the site. And Furia will be able to respond pretty quickly after Stellar had that beautiful 2v1. And it's going to be 10-8. And I'm wondering if Party Astronauts are going to be able to hold on to this. I don't think Furia's really going to want to hunt in this situation. You look at their money. Highest they have is just below $1,000. So if I'm them, you know, if you have to fight to get your way out of the site, yeah, but otherwise I don't think there's any reason to hunt. Or try to go for any sort of kills.
So they should be able to stay alive here. No problem there. 2 rifles coming through, but there's just not a lot behind it. MOTM has a little bit of safe cash. The question is, what do they want to devote? It's kind of double eco scenario, so I'm expecting to see them go all in on this. Let's see. What does Party Astronauts want to do? They're going to play it super conservative? Nope, they are not. Robbie's already picked up armor. Looks like they're going to toss over some upgraded pistols here. Apparently, he's the only one who's going to invest. There we go. All right, armor pistol. They're making it happen. They're going all the way in. MP9 for MOTM. This is going to be a very beleaguered buy to try and hold off Furia. And Furia looking to overcome it and bring us close to 9. And if they win this, they should presumably be bringing it back to a tied scoreline. So the last time these two teams met, 8 rounds was all Furia got. This time they're looking to do at least one better.
Yeah, they've already got that. And this is an interesting buy here. I'm not particularly a fan. We saw Quest do something like this, similar to this last night. Ended up going in Party Astronauts' favor. But Yuri's going to get a kill after Ponalone is able to take one down with that Deeg. So we're evened up 4v4. So it makes it a little bit more realistic here for the Party Astronauts. I'm wondering if they're going to be able to pick up that gun that was dropped, though. And it's going to be Furia pretty much focused in towards Connector right now. Except for Quesarado, who's going to be left behind over towards Monster. So if he continues to push here, there's going to be Robbie up close, and that might be a problem.
This could get awkward. Ben Lee, look, he's got a lot of players right around the corner from him as well, right as Robbie's trying to take this fight. Robbie not going to be able to hold up, and neither is Ben Lee. He has fallen, so now it's just going to be a couple of players tucked in towards the B-bomb site, trying to make sure they can deal with Quesarado, and Quesarado says, you know what? I've done my job. I got the 1 kill. I drew and it distracted. I made sure they couldn't rotate. Now I'm just going to try and be a nuisance and get more. And he's not going to do so. MOTM, 1 bullet away from death, will survive, get the AK as well, and that's a heck of a party favor for the Party Astronauts. So they're going to go ahead and set up to keep these 2 rifles up. No chance of taking the round for sure. It's a little bit too long to even get towards the site to get this defuse through. But they are going to just survive. Or at least they might.
They might,
Able
yeah.
is right around the corner.
Okay, so they're able to fend off 1. But they now know the position of one of these players. This is the high HP player on Party Astronauts, and he has been dismissed, so it's MOTM versus 2. Furia pretty much guaranteed the round here, and MOTM just clinging to life in this situation. He knows Able J's in the area. He's going to be right around the corner. He tries to get aggressive here. There is a man coming from behind. He can't. He doesn't get away. I thought he might be able to get around that corner, but the low HP doesn't go in his favor, and Yuri's going to be able to get a triple on that round. So Furia are 1 away from being tied up. It's 10-9. And Party Astronauts, their money is no bueno, senor. You can see they're all about 2K, and this is the situation where you should definitely be saving.
Vinny's actually going to pick up the MAC-10 anticipating it, so he's trying to just farm some egos here. Make a little extra cash off of that SMG kill bonus. Make some extra money for the squad, and it is going to be Art leading the charge out towards Fountain. He's anticipating a flash. The flash does come, and now it's going to be a bit of a massacre. They shouldn't be able to have much. The spray pattern from Art does go a little bit wild. It can be hard to rein in for the Krieg, but it will be Yuri who gets it all done. So they only find 1 kill for it. Vinny will be stuck on... Oh, no, he actually got around in time. That was very quick for Vinny to get around and to be able to salvage that Krieg. So they only do lose the MAC-10. That's no problem whatsoever. They'll be back on the rifles. They've got a buyout from Party Astronauts, but they have brought this tide, Mitch. They brought it back. It's 10-10. We got 4 digits up on the scoreboard. And now we're going to see who can pull into the lead.
Yeah, we are tied up, baby. First map of this BO3 here in the semifinals, and we got a good one. Furia have brought this back. It's official. And I was hoping they were going to go for a fast-paced play here, but it's not going to happen, unfortunately. So they get 3 guys in towards Connector, 1 in towards Playground. Then you can see Quesarado's going to be left behind to watch that monster push. But as I say that, he's going to go ahead, fall back, join his teammates. On the flip side, you can see Party Astronauts are going to have 2 guys dedicated over towards Long, and then 2 guys in towards B. And it looks like Robbie's just going to be the swing man, coming in and help out whichever site's going to be the point of attack here for Furia. So no real action just yet, but this is a big, big round for both teams.
Look at this gap they've found as well. They're straight through the bathrooms without really any contest. Robbie's just going to be holding them off from Optimus, but they're hard checking his position. He will find the first. They swing on the second. He does good damage, though, but he's found. It was about all he could hope for out of the angle, but he will eventually falter. Able J now just at the bottom of Long, trying to be a nuisance, but MOTM is racing for the kill. The flash is good, but MOTM turns away, and he will be able to ping out Able J. So that flank is secured, but a return response from Art. And now Quesarado in the bathroom, still sticking around, still being a nuisance. Interestingly, the bombs come all the way off of site. Now has to get back through. Had to take that fight towards Long. Wanted to make sure they had it. And while Art is tucked in towards Optimus, it's get awkward. They've got a molly and a smoke to cover it off, though, so Yuri has a free path through. Art knows that nobody slipped onto the site because he is still alive to tell the tale. So the bomb plant comes in. A man advantage as well. The money shattered for Party Astronauts. And Stellar and Ben Leet still just trying to creep out on the site. Make that just Stellar.
Yeah, and the positioning in this round has been pretty wacky. Just, you know, Furia being on one side of the map, and having a guy in between for Party Astronauts. But there's an opening kill there by Stellar. We've already seen a 2v1 from him. It's going to be Quesarado and Yuri left, but I think once Stellar crosses that dumpster, it's going to be a kill for Quesarado. But Stellar, his time has run out. He's going to have to try to get away here. I think he will be able to evade that bomb, and Furia will be able to live through the round. So big round for them. They now officially take the lead. The first time in this matchup that they've had the lead. So big round for them. Stellar will be able to live through the round. But, yeah, I mean, Furia might start rolling here.
So 11 rounds now for Furia. They've completed this comeback. It was a really rough first half for them. Wound up with an 8-7, so they mitigated the damage. They really did do the damage control. They got this pretty well done. But now in the lead, and the Party Astronauts, after such a strong start, they've just started to slow down here. The tank is sputtering. The old jalopy is breaking down. And it's just going to be Stellar who tries to be the engine of this round. He's looking for an opening pick. He's looking for something that his team can rally around. But Furia are going to be playing it pretty safe. They've got Vinny up into a forward position in towards the sewers. And now they're just going to chill out, see if he can find anything, see if someone tries to get aggressive in, and see what they can find.
They're going to start to push here over towards that ladder. Yuri has a good opportunity to farm here. Pad his stats a little bit. Either that or it's going to be a complete massacre. Art's going to be able to grab one from behind. I think that is the M4 as well. Yeah, so it's going to be 2 kills going in the favor of Furia. Make it 3. Polon able to trade that out with a USP, but he has Able J coming in, and he will eventually go down. So Ben Leets now versus 4. 50 seconds on the clock for Furia to work with. Plenty of time here, unless Ben Leets just goes wild. And he's going to try to make up for it in towards Connector, but Art is watching that position. Ben Leeds going to have to be able to be quick and react quickly. And he does get the kill, and he earns himself an M4. So, all right, Ben Leeds, he's got it.
What was Art doing?
I'm not sure what he was watching. Maybe door, but I don't know why he would be watching that position. So, yeah, that was an interesting decision.
Looked like he was looking in the direction of my angle. I don't know whether he was anticipating a flash, whether he was just kind of caught slipping for a second. Maybe he came down at the exact moment Art was checking the map. Another kill for Ben Lead. All right. Ben Lead just
feed him.
Reaper tucked over here. There's no way he gets back to site. That option is long since gone, but he's just going to be just mowing down the economy for Furia right now, chewing it up, spitting it out. He got 2,600 himself. He's looking for another kill. Caserado trying to take the fight. Ben doesn't have armor, though, so he really is relying on the element of surprise to make this happen. As he starts to move towards long, he should be dead. Nope, apparently
How
not.
is he not dead yet?
Not yet.
What is going on?
This is like the great escape. Ben somehow still alive. Oh, nearly gets the deke shot. It's a shoulder instead of a head. Ben Leap, play yakety sax, because that one was zany. That was wacky. Somehow he stays alive so long, but he's just not able to take the gun through to the next round.
Wow, he really maneuvered his way out of that one, or I guess I should say almost maneuvered his way out of that one. So nice attempt there by Ben Leach to try to get that gun into the next round. He did a little bit of economic damage to Furia. So, yeah, now it's going to be 12-10. I'm assuming Party Astronauts took the timeout here, but everybody on their side is already bought up. They've drained their bank account, full utility for the most part. Timeout has been canceled. We're going to get back into it. And Yuri's hit that 20-kill milestone, by the way. First guy on the match to do that.
Always good to see. Someone to rally around for the Furia side. They've been doing pretty well as well. Now 12-10. And a chance to really put some daylight between them and their opponents if they do win this round. Ponalone, though, has the off. It's been a little while since we've been able to say that. And the big green gun we know can be so very important. We saw Art get very aggressive with it in the first half, and now Ponalone is probably going to be looking to do much the same. He's just taking the peek in towards Connector, and it's going to be Ben Leet to trade out one towards B, but that just leaves Stellar on an island. He's got 3-4 players all around him coming in for the hit, and he can't find a frag before he's blinded up and then murdered. Bomb now planted, and I think this might just be the save. It is indeed. Very conservative call for the Party Astronauts. They're starting to run out of rope here. Furia are going to be on to round number 13. And the Party Astronauts are running out of time to contest and try and take through their map pick.
Yeah, beautiful entry in towards the B site. Clear it out. They only lose one man, and very, very convincing around there for Fury. And I like that they changed up the pace there. Party Astronauts clearly weren't ready for that push. Fury, I feel like, it lulled them to sleep for the majority of this T-half up to this point, and they take advantage. And it's going to be another round here for Furia, making it 13-10. So Party Astronauts started off fast, but now it's Furia that's hitting the gas. There will be 3 men that live through the round on the Party Astronaut side, including that op on Ponalone, which is very, very important. We know he can go off with that gun, but Party Astronauts really got to start fragging here, Mike.
So they're going to have the AWP once again, for sure. They're going to have a pretty solid buy coming out, all things considered. MOTM, I think, has a rifle drop for him as well. It is an AUG. A lone AUG for his side, whereas once upon a time we would have seen AUGs for days. But that nerf obviously changing players' feelings towards the gun. Still adjusting to the new rate of fire, the new pacing for the AUG. And that smoke for Robbie is a little unfortunate. It actually bounced the wrong way, so they are not going to have coverage towards Connector. That is likely going to change the way they play it. Ben Lee tucked outside the monster tunnel. He's had mixed results from this spot. Usually good for at least one, but sometimes no more. And it is going to be a bit of an aggressive default for Party Astronauts. So 3 players at the top of Connector out towards Picnic. And it's going to be Caserado who entries with 2. Same exact duel. This time they don't get anything, though. That is going to be Caserado mowing them down. And it's a 13th, likely 14th round here, and already a save call for Party Astronauts.
Oh, no. I mean, that's a beautiful call there for Furia. Nice execution there by Caserado getting the opening kills, but literally the exact same thing just happened to them in that last round. You clearly, you're not going to be expecting the same strat 2 in a row, but nonetheless, that's brutal. You just saw it, and you gave it up once again. So it's going to be another situation where they're going to try to hold on to these guns. And you can see Furia is already on the hunt. They're just going to leave one man behind here to protect that bomb. And I'm not sure Party Astronauts are going to live through this, or all of them. So Ponalone's going to be watching his flank with that off. Doesn't hit that shot. He's going to have to fall back. Now the rifles, I think, are going to have to do the job. And, yeah, Furia is on the way. They are not letting anybody get out of here if they have anything to say about it. Robbie's able to grab one. Okay, so that's 2. They're living through it, but... Okay, Ponalone does take one down. All right. Okay. Party Astronauts, fended them off. That was well done.
They linked the shields and they said, "You shall not pass. You're not going to take any of these rifles out of our hands. We are going to be able to fight for this last round," and it's so critical that they do. They even have the double op to do so. I think this is the first time we've seen the double op out this map in general. Furia never broke it out. Party Astronauts, this is the first time for them. So this is the first double op of the map. That's actually huge. Looks like we've got a timeout here, and it is from the Furia side. So that's interesting. The coach Gary presumably calling that through, trying to calm his boys down, trying to figure out what their plan is to come through here. Trying to figure out what they're going to use to do this. So it's going to be interesting here. 2 ops. How does that change it? Ben Lee has been playing very aggressive up towards the monster tunnel. Where's he going to play now, Mitch?
You know what? I'm not sure, but I don't traditionally think of Ben Leitz as a secondary opper normally. But then again, I look at the rest of the lineup on Party Astronauts, and I don't really think of any of them using the ops other than Podolon, maybe MOTM, yeah.
MOTM used the secondary op for a lot of rosters.
Oh, big opening there from Vinny. Stellar's going to go down, and again, the B defense has been softened early. Ben Leitz, now is time to shine with that op. They're going to try to enter on towards site. He denies one, has an opportunity on the second, but he's getting wrapped, and he's going to be put down there by Art. Quick push on towards B. Once again, that's going to leave 2 players left here on the CT side as the bomb is planted.
Oh, nice shot from Podolon. They brought the numbers even. They've still got to get through the choke points. They've at least worked a player into Monster already. MOTM, they flash for him. Now he's got space on his side. He's clearing it through. He's trying to find something to work with here. 2 full HP players, and one of them's up in towards the heaven. It's going to be K-Serrano and Art just to try and bring this through. Nice spot for Art. Easy frag, no problem there. All on Podolon, and he can do no more. So it's going to be map point for Furia now, 15-10. They're ready to close this out. They're ready to shut this down. They're ready to take map 1 of this best of 3 and move on to Nuke.
Yeah, we're really starting to see the real Furia that we know so well. I mean, Party Astronauts, they're really good on this map, but I think Furia is kind of outclassing here in this second half. Now 15-10, 1 away from winning this first map before we go on towards Nuke. And if Party Astronauts give up a hit over towards B again, that is tough for them. That's definitely going to be something they'll have to look at before they go towards land. But right now it's a 2-man setup over towards B. Podolon able to grab that early kill. Nice quick flick. So that's a sign of life, that's for sure. Early advantage here for Party Astronauts.
Look at this. They've got 5 players towards B early. This could have been a quick hit, but it's not quite there in terms of timing. The bomb's all the way back towards T-spawn, dropped by the wood pallets. So this is going to be space for Party Astronauts to sink into a bit more of a default now that they've got the man advantage, and that's a nice way to get started. It would be 5 rounds in a row that they would need to take this back into overtime. That's going to be a tall ask for sure. They are going to be trying for it. Now the bomb is picked up for the Brazilian squad. They got 55 seconds on the clock to work with. Plenty of time, but no real map control to show for it. A spread out through the middle of bathrooms, but they're now conceding that. Looks like it's going to be the B hit once more, and Podolon is ready and waiting. This man is a turret behind the pillar, and he is really the big boss they've got to overcome to try and get onto the site.
Yeah, here comes the push. Podolon gonna get wide swung there. Not gonna work out. He's able to defend that. There's a guy coming in towards short. All right, when he makes the adjustment, that's when he changes his position, and Able J starts to push in. But he's able to get that kill on towards Vinny. Eventually does go down, and Able J is gonna get a kill as well. But it's now 3v2. One-man advantage here for Party Astronauts. But as I say that, MOTM goes down. He does take Able J down low. But it's 2v2 as the bomb is gonna be planted, Mike.
Plan is critical. Stellar was trying to go for the spam. He couldn't quite find it. Yuri elevates and takes 1, and Able J can just completely reposition. He's going back actually to construction. You were thinking he might have played the monster tunnel. There's some flicks coming through, some taps on towards the bomb. Able J, though, cool, calm, and collected, calls the bluff of Robbie and says, there's no way you're on that bomb yet. Now he's going to make the move for it, and just in time, Able J swings out, takes a quick